Is the Arclight pistol one of the best weapons in the starcitizen universe, or is it double paper plate? Today I'm going to take this firearm out into the field to see just how mean it can possibly be. But hey, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel for another video. You guys already know who it is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. First things first, I'd like to give a huge shout out to one of my viewers, Aldous, for putting me on to this firearm. He told me that if I attach a tweaker emod or scorched emod, this thing will literally melt enemies. He said each individual projectile coming out of the Arclight will have a similar damage output almost equivalent to what a S71 could put out per round. The Arclight's base damage is 18 per projectile, but if you attach the tweaker emod to this gun, you will get a 12.5% damage boost, which will make its final output 20.25 for each individual projectile. That is very close to the S71's damage output, which is a solid 21. This thing can melt people with ease, but it all depends if you have that tweaker emod. Even without it, it's still a force to be reckoned with. But let's head on over to a contested zone to see how well this firearm will do in a PvP scenario in the live build. Let's start this off within the checkmate station's contested zones to see how well I will do against a pack of enemies. As you can see here, I pretty much melted this whole entire team with no issues whatsoever, with a pinch of overkill. There was even a player on that team named Little Reese who was actually very mad at me because I had the upper hand against their team. Now, I do realize that I really gotta work on my aim because it is not the best, but even with that said, I am still able to handle my own against these large groups in contested zones. Now, one thing I also have to work on is identifying when I downed an enemy. Sometimes I do not get the audio cue that I've been depending on to tell if I downed one or not, so I usually end up overshooting them till they actually go full death. And so that is one thing I gotta keep myself from doing, just so I'm able to focus on the targets that are also in the surrounding area. I did learn a lot when I battled EMP Nox, and I'm gonna use that knowledge to my advantage. So with my next kill, I actually decided to slow it down to see how many shots it would take before he went down. It took about 3 burst shots to down this individual, even though I still overshot too many rounds after incapacitating him. What can I say? I still believe that this thing is absolutely a beast in the field. As long as those shots connect, it is hard for them to even touch you. Even at range, if you're able to get those shots to connect, this pistol still deals a lot of damage. As you can see here, there's a person across the way who's close, but still not super close, and I'm just able to take him down real quickly with a few headshots.
Keep your head on a swivel.
While I was up here, I did not realize how many people was actually inside of Ghost Arena at the time. So I was just having some fun taking them down, doing what I gotta do. Now, the only people who were actually able to stop me was people who were better at it than me. Usually I would run into someone who would have a R9 shotgun who would catch me on the corners, or every once in a while there would be someone sniping high above in the rafters with a P8AR where I'm not able to see them or take a shot at them. So take that in mind when you're using this pistol. It does take some skill and some really good shooting in order to get your hits to connect. But if they do, you can easily down your targets without too many issues. Eventually, I ran into some other player inside of the zone who just wanted to play cat and mouse. We did 1v1s for like a solid half an hour, just having good times, having good fun. I got some kills on him, he got some kills on me. He was very sneaky, he kept on creeping up behind me and putting a knife in my back, but we had a good overall time. But now, I want to talk about the second reason why I'm making this video, and this ties into 4.1.1. And that is going to be the change to the pistol slot. So as you guys know that in 4.1.1 they're making the medical gun a pistol. It's not going to be categorized as a utility anymore. And so as someone who is actually enjoying the whole entire pistol gameplay aspect of the game right now, it kind of hurts me a little bit just because I have issues using the medical multi-tool. It doesn't always work. It's a two-part item. It's a multi-tool with the medical module and a refill canister. The issues I've been having with it is that I'm not able to attach the refill canister to the multi-tool, so I'm not actually able to use it. It's a hit or miss. It works sometimes, but majority of the time for me, it does not work. So I'm stuck to using just med pins if I wish to actually have an actual dedicated sidearm on my hip, versus having the medical gun in the pistol slot, since that is going to be the new thing here in the future. And again, I've just been having issues with the medical multi-tool. What I do is I attach the module to it, and then I try adding the refill canister either by attaching it to my body or by going into customization mode. I can get it to fit into the slot if I go into customization mode sometimes, but it does not work for me all the time. And then when I try actually using the medical tool, either pressing the B button or right clicking, it still will not heal me every once in a while. There's either like a huge delay or it just won't work at all. I've even had some moments where the medical gun would actually just fly out of my hand, and that's that. But hopefully they have it fixed here in the near future for 4.1.1. I tried doing the same thing in that build and I was running into the same issue where it just wasn't working fully. So that was that. And boom, that is pretty much it. That is my video on the Arclight pistol. This thing is a beast, only if you are able to find that really rare tweaker E-mod. It's not easy to find. I've only found 2 since 4.0 dropped, and it really has changed the way how I approach PvP combat with my weapon choice. I do know now whenever I go out there, I'm definitely 100% running an Arclight pistol just because of how much fun it is. Hopefully CIG doesn't nerf it in the ground if they happen to see this video. Hopefully they don't do anything like that, because I love this pistol. It's a lot of fun. But it is a really nice firearm in the game right now in the current build. And I highly advise you go out there to just go out there and just try it out. There's no harm in doing anything now since there's T0. You know, go to one of the contested zones, either Ghost or Check, just because you can easily just run in and out into the main fighting area and have a blast without having to worry about losing anything. But yeah, Thank you guys for coming out to watch the video. You guys already know who it is. Make sure you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. Slap that like button because it really does help push me up in the algorithm so more eyes are able to see me. But you already know who it is. It's the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.